Hi everyone, it's me, Gibbous, and I'm hopefully back from a 2-month hiatus following my exams. This episode of blackwonder jailbreak weapon reviews is for the Soldier. This episode will be slightly different as I'll also be covering a few secondaries this time, since it's not considered a weapon and you can equip it as a red in jailbreak. Let's start off with the secondaries first. The Soldier has a total of 6 secondaries that he can equip. First off, the buff banner. This banner has no passive effects, takes 600 damage to charge. Once it's fully charged, it grants all nearby teammates mini-crits for 10 seconds. Now this banner isn't all that useful. You'll rarely do 600 damage without getting ammo, meaning you won't be able to use the banner. If you do however manage to somehow stay with a group of reds and charge the banner, it can be a really useful tool in sparking a mass rebellion. Overall, it's not that good. Moving on to the gunboats. These boots simply reduce the damage you get from rocket jumping. Nothing more, nothing less. You won't be rocket jumping at all unless you rebel with ammo. Even then, you're losing a potential for a secondary damage dealer, and don't forget, B-hopping is a thing. The battalion's backup needs 600 damage to charge up, and when used, gives you and all nearby teammates 35% damage resistance and a 50% damage resistance against sentries. The passive effect of this banner is 20 additional health, raising your health to 220. Once again, like the buff banner, the battalion's backup doesn't offer that much functionality, as dealing 600 damage is usually not possible without prior planning, and generally having a lot of skills. The 20 health bonus doesn't come into play all that much, unless you're b-hopping away and trying to dodge hit scan from long range. The damage resistance is useful, but it's not that powerful, and the sentry resistance has no effect whatsoever. You can't build sentries in jailbreak. Now the Conqueror in my opinion is the best out of the 3 banners. It takes 480 damage to charge, which is less than the others, but it's still a lot. The effect is 10 seconds of damage dealt partially returned as health for you and your nearby teammates. Just like the other banners, you won't be using the banner at all. The 480 damage is just too much and you likely won't be doing that much damage. The useful part is the passive effect. You get a passive health regeneration of 1 health a second, which increases to 4 health a second over time. You will take damage during the round, if you like it or not, be that through meat grinder and cell wars, or through minigames such as climb where you take damage if you fall. You just have to sit around in a corner without taking damage and you'll be back at full health in no time. It's also useful if you want to b-hop away and rebel, as if they shoot you and you take damage, you'll be back at full health and can come back with ammo and attack the guards. In total, this banner's passive healing is extremely useful. The Mantreads grants you knockback resistance. You deal 3 times falling damage on enemies and an increase in control during rocket jumps. First off, these don't matter. You most likely won't be rocket jumping much, and usually don't need much control in the first place. Landing on enemies won't do much either unless you're rebelling with ammo. The push force resistance partially doesn't matter as air blast is disabled in jailbreak, so it doesn't affect you. And actually, I see that negatively, as you can use crit knockback of hit scan weapons combined with b-hops to escape the guards. And finally, for the last of Soldier secondaries is the base jumper. This parachute is more utility than anything. If you know you're going to do an obstacle course, you can equip this and hope the warden doesn't see and restrict it. I don't see any other function of the base jumper. So, moving on to the melees. The stock shovel and reskins is kinda useless like the scout's bat, but it does more damage, the standard 65, and has random crits. I know you can't rely on them, but you know, every now and then you might get a lucky strike and kill a guard. If not, its functionality is quite low. The equalizer can be deadly if used right, but it's risky to get to low health in the first place. You receive less healing from medics, which is good in a way since they can grind their Uber on you, but if you're at full health, you do a measly 33 damage. Still, at maximum damage you deal 107 damage. Considering random crits, you could theoretically deal a total of 321 damage in one swing, which is enough to kill a heavy. I wouldn't count on it though, as being at low health is unlikely and getting a random crit on top of that is even less likely. Yeah, the paint train is just trash, don't use it. You get a stock weapon with an added damage vulnerability to bullets. Capture rate bonus doesn't apply because there is nothing to cap in the first point. The half Satuichi is good, as you get 100 health per kill or 110 if you have the battalion's backup equipped. The melee range is slightly larger as well, so you're likely to hit guards that are close to you and baiting. The honor bound stat doesn't matter unless you're rebelling with ammo. in which case you'll most likely be close to a healing source anyways. The slower deploy time and holster time doesn't matter, as you'll have it out the whole time, unless you're rebelling with ammo, which you'll have your primary out, so that doesn't matter either. No random crits might be annoying sometimes, since it's kinda cool to get random kills that you didn't deserve, but you shouldn't be relying on them in the first place. Moving on to one of the most popular, if not the most popular soldier melee for blackwonder Jailbreak, the Disciplinary Action. This weapon has a broken 70% larger melee range, allowing you to hit guards almost twice as far away than the normal stock melees allow you to. It does less damage, only 49 and 146 when crit boosted, but you'll be hitting guards a lot more, so if you land your hits, you'll be dealing a lot more weaker damage. Also, if you hit your teammates, you get a speed boost, which means it's useful in multiple situations. You can hit a teammate and run, you can hit a teammate and help them rebel, or you can be a sport and help slower classes move to the front and prevent delay. I don't really see much of a downside with this melee, since you'll be actively swinging it all the time. It doesn't matter if you hit a friend or a foe, you'll get something out of it. Yeah, the market gardener's just crap. I wouldn't actively be market gardening unless you're really good, but then you'll most likely be keeping your distance anyways. You're just left with a stock weapon that doesn't randomly crit and swings 20% slower. The escape plan seems bad on paper, but it actually isn't that bad. You're marked for death, which means you receive mini crits. This does not matter, as mini crits doesn't stack with crits in any way. That means the downside is non-existent. The less healing doesn't matter most of the time, as medics aren't the primary healing choice when you're rebelling, and you can use the less healing to grind uber. And of course, the speed increase. Your speed increases as your health drops, meaning when you're below 40 health, you run as fast as a scout. Even at 80 health, you run faster than a medic. This means if you can't b-hop, you can book it out of there with low health, and just pray you don't get gunned down in the meantime. So, these were all the weapons, and this is how I'd rank them. The Market Gardener is just a straight downgrade unless you're rocket jumping, aka rebelling with ammo. Still, you almost likely won't be market gardening anyone, as staying at a distance is generally safer than coming into a guard's melee range and getting one-shot by a crit melee hit. The Pain Drain is also a straight downgrade, as you'll just get a stock weapon with an added bullet vulnerability. The gunbolts are also not useful even with ammo, as you most likely won't be rocket jumping around much. You just need one rocket jump and then you have to b-hop to maintain speed, so their use is almost non-existent. The stock shovel is, well, stock. It's about as useful as it gets. Random crits could get you some unexpected kills though. The base jumper is useful during obby, but it's easily restricted, and using it to bomb if you have ammo is not smart, since guards can easily shoot you out of the sky. The buff banner doesn't have any passive effects, meaning its usefulness during the regular round is almost zero. I wouldn't rely on the buff, as the damage is too much for some people to deal without ammo. The mantras doesn't do much either. Knockback resistance isn't too good either, but they assist during rocket jumping and rebelling with ammo. You can land on guards and finish them off with a melee hit, then turn on the other guards during rebelling with ammo. The equalizer is good if used right. The less healing might be a nuisance if you rely on a medic, but it can also be a blessing, as you can use the less healing to grind uber. The damage increase is useful for getting surprise strikes on baiting guards if you're lower health due to fall damage or anything else. The battalion's backup is slightly more useful as a secondary compared to the buff banner or the mantreads, due to the 20 health increase. The banner itself is useless unless you're rebelling with ammo, find a group of reds, and can make use of the buff. The Disciplinary Action is an S-tier weapon mainly due to the large hitbox, allowing you to hit people almost twice as far away than normally. It doesn't matter if you hit friend or foe, you either get a boost or deal damage. The half Satuichi is useful in terms that you get half your health back per kill. If you use this weapon effectively, you can definitely get an advantage over the guards with overheal. The general strategy of using this weapon is to use it on guards with explosive weapons, as they cannot use it when near a group of reds. This lets you hide within a group of reds and continuously strike at the guards, and the extra healing lets you take the beating of the guards shooting at you. Now the Conqueror is useful due to the healing. It doesn't matter how you play, be it normally or rebel, the healing will make sure you're at full health as much as possible. You can use the banner when you're rebelling with ammo due to the less damage it requires to charge, but I wouldn't rely on it, and it's still a lot of damage. And finally, the Escape Plan. As the name suggests, you can use this weapon to escape. If they're shooting at you, the mini crit downside doesn't apply, and the lower your health, the easier it is to book it to the next hidden ammo spot. If you pair this with the Conqueror, you can easily escape, get ammo, and be back fighting the guards with a full health and maybe rage as well. So, that was my view on the Soldier loadout pick for Reds. If you have any strategies for the Soldier melees and secondaries, let me know in the comments below. Feel free to discuss strategies for rebelling or dealing with these weapons and try to apply them in-game. Now use these tips and hopefully you'll be more successful with your endeavors. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.
Life O'Reilly.